Welcome to the CityWalk podcast. Today we're lacing up our most comfortable walking shoes
Oh,
and
yeah.
hopping on a plane because we are headed straight to Rome.
Ah, Roma. There's a reason they call it the Eternal City.
I know, right? It's one of those places everyone wants to visit at least once.
It really is.
But with over 15 million visitors every year, I hear it can get a little crazy.
Yeah, that's like the entire population of Belgium saying buongiorno at the same time.
Okay, so maybe not the best place for someone who hates crowds.
Not necessarily, not necessarily. See, most folks visiting those big name spots like the Colosseum, they tend to roll up right around midday.
Makes sense. Avoid that early morning rush, grab some lunch, and then head out for an afternoon of sightseeing.
Exactly, exactly. Which is why, if you want to experience those iconic places without feeling like you're in the middle of a gladiator match yourself, you've got two options.
Right.
Embrace your inner early bird or become a master of the late arrival.
Okay, so set my alarm for dawn, or practically sneak in just before closing time.
You got it. Think about it. Wouldn't you rather experience the Colosseum bathed in the soft light of morning, or a golden sunset with fewer people around?
Oh, absolutely. Now, you mentioned the Colosseum, and I know from experience that lines at popular attractions can be brutal.
The worst.
Is there any way to, say, outsmart the queue?
You're speaking my language. Skip the line tickets are your new best friend.
Okay.
Yes, they cost a bit more, but consider it an investment in your sanity.
Because nobody wants to waste precious vacation time standing in line.
Precisely. Especially when you could be using that time to discover maybe like a hidden trattoria tucked away in a charming neighborhood like Trastivir.
Trastivir, now there's a name I've been hearing a lot about.
Yeah.
What's so special about it?
Well, imagine strolling down cobblestone streets. The air is filled with the aroma of freshly baked bread and simmering sauces.
Oh my goodness.
This charming district, just south of the Vatican, is a haven for foodies who want to experience authentic Roman cuisine away from the tourist traps.
Okay, you had me at freshly baked bread.
And while you're there, be sure to check out a little place called Da Enzo. It's a bit of a local secret, known for their incredible Cacio e Pepe.
Cacio e Pepe. What is that? Some kind of secret handshake?
It's one of Rome's most iconic pasta dishes. Perfectly cooked spaghetti, coated in a creamy sauce of pecorino cheese and black pepper.
Wow.
Simple, yet unbelievably delicious.
Okay, now I'm officially starving. But we can't talk about Roman food without mentioning gelato, right? Is it really as amazing as everyone says?
Let me put it this way. Gelato is not just a dessert in Rome. It's practically an art form.
Really?
And for a true taste of that art, you need to visit Gelateria dei Gracchi.
Okay.
They use only the freshest, locally sourced ingredients, and their flavors change with the seasons.
So we're talking about more than just your standard chocolate and vanilla.
Oh, much more. Think fig and ricotta, lavender honey, even flavors inspired by traditional Roman pastries.
Wow.
It's a flavor adventure with every visit.
All right, I'm sold. But as much as I love exploring and indulging in delicious food, even I need a break from time to time.
Of course, of course.
What do you suggest for escaping the city buzz without actually leaving Rome?
Well, when it comes to finding tranquility amidst the Roman hustle and bustle of Villa Borghese, that's your sanctuary.
Okay.
Imagine 5 square kilometers of lush greenery, a serene lake where you can rent rowboats,
Very cool.
and even a zoo tucked away among the trees.
A zoo in a park. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Did they have zoos in ancient Rome?
Well, not quite like the ones we have today, but the ancient Romans, they did have a fascination with exotic animals, often featuring them in gladiatorial games and public spectacles.
Oh, wow.
Speaking of ancient Rome, you can't visit Villa Borghese without exploring the Galleria Borghese.
I've heard whispers of this Galleria Borghese.
Yeah.
What makes it so special?
It houses one of Europe's finest private art collections, masterpieces by Bernini, Caravaggio, Raphael, all displayed within a stunning 17th century villa.
Wow, that's incredible.
Just remember, book those tickets online in advance. You won't want to miss it.
Noted. Okay, so we've strolled through picturesque parks, marveled at ancient ruins, and treated our taste buds to some seriously delicious Italian cuisine.
Sounds like a good day.
But with all that walking and exploring, staying hydrated is crucial.
Yeah.
Any insider tips for beating the heat without emptying your wallet?
Rome has you covered. Scattered throughout the city are nasoni, or public drinking fountains, constantly flowing with fresh water from ancient aqueducts.
Wait, seriously? Drinking from public fountains? Tell me more.
Yeah, these fountains they're a part of the fabric of Rome.
Oh,
Romans and visitors alike use them daily. Just bring a reusable bottle and fill up for free.
that's amazing.
It's a fun, eco-friendly way to stay hydrated, plus you'll feel like a true Roman.
I love it. A taste of history and refreshment all in one.
Yeah,
But let's be real, sometimes a traveler just needs a touch of luxury.
of course.
A little indulgence with a view, perhaps.
You read my mind. Picture this. A warm Roman evening, the sun setting over the city's iconic rooftops. You're savoring a glass of wine, maybe enjoying some live music, at Terrazza Borromini, a hidden gem nestled atop the Palazzo Pamphilj on Piazza Navona.
Okay, you had me at live music. Tell me they have jazz.
While they're better known for their traditional Italian music, the ambiance is truly magical. But remember, reservations are essential for this rooftop oasis.
Noted. Reservations made. But amidst all this Roman splendor, it's important to stay vigilant.
True.
Pickpockets, sadly, can be a reality anywhere.
You're absolutely right. It's always wise to be mindful, especially in crowded tourist hotspots.
Right.
Be aware of your surroundings, keep your belongings close, and if someone seems a little too persistent or tries to distract you, a firm "nah, grazie" usually does the trick.
Okay.
Rome is generally a safe city, but a little awareness goes a long way.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, for those of us traveling on a budget, are there ways to experience Rome's cultural treasures without draining our bank accounts?
Here's a fantastic tip for the savvy traveler. The Vatican museums offer free entry on the last Sunday of each month.
Really?
Imagine wandering through those hallowed halls, admiring masterpieces by Michelangelo and Raphael.
Wow, that's amazing. Free entry to the Vatican museums. Talk about a cultural steal. But wait, there's more.
There is. On the first Sunday of every month, the city's state museums, including the iconic Roman Forum and the Colosseum, they also open their doors for free.
Mark your calendars, folks. This is valuable intel. Now, I've always loved the idea of exploring a city on two wheels, feeling the wind in my hair. Is that something you can do in Rome?
Absolutely. In fact, I highly recommend it, especially if you're looking for a unique adventure. Rent a bike and prepare to be transported back in time as you cycle along the Via Appia Antica, an ancient Roman road that has witnessed centuries of history.
The Via Appia Antica. Tell me more about this ancient route.
Imagine cycling along a road that dates back to 312 BC. A road that has witnessed the rise and fall of empires. You'll pedal past centuries-old ruins, tombs, and villas, all shaded by majestic cypress and pine trees.
Wow, that sounds incredible. It's like stepping right into the pages of a history book.
Exactly. And speaking of history, a lot of people don't realize just how far back Rome's story goes. Legend has it that Rome was founded way back in 753 BC.
753 BC. That's mind-boggling. Over 2,700 years of history. Now, what do they call it? The Eternal City.
Right.
And to think it all started with, what was it? Romulus and Remus?
Yeah.
Those names are so familiar.
You got it. Roman mythology tells the tale of these twin brothers, sons of Mars, the god of war. They were raised by a she-wolf until they were found by a shepherd.
Talk about a wild childhood.
Okay.
Okay, so fast forward to today. Just how big is Rome now?
Well, as of 2024, Rome boasts a population of around 2.8 million people, making it the largest city in Italy.
Wow, that's a lot of people sharing their love for pasta and gelato.
And it doesn't stop there. If you factor in the entire metropolitan area, you're looking at a whopping 4.3 million people.
Okay, so we've established that Rome is massive, both historically and in terms of its present-day population.
It's a big city.
But when I think of Rome, geographically speaking, what comes to mind is its unique relationship with Vatican City, right?
Absolutely. It's one of those geographical quirks that makes Rome even more fascinating. Here you have this sprawling metropolis, and nestled right within its heart is Vatican City, the smallest independent state in the world.
It's like a country within a city. What's it like to have the spiritual and administrative center of the Catholic Church right there?
It adds another layer of intrigue to an already captivating city. You could be walking down a bustling street, turn a corner, and find yourself in St. Peter's Square.
You know, when you think about it, Rome isn't just a city. It's like a living museum. You walk those cobblestone streets, and you're surrounded by remnants of ancient empires, stunning Renaissance art, breathtaking Baroque architecture. It's almost overwhelming in the best way possible.
It truly is. And don't forget, Rome's impact on the world beyond art and architecture. Think about its influence on law, politics, religion, Western civilization as we know it, owes a great debt to ancient Rome.
Right. It was a pivotal force in the spread of Christianity.
It's remarkable to consider how much history is woven into the very fabric of Rome. Every corner you turn, every stone you touch has a story to tell.
It makes you realize that a trip to Rome isn't just about sightseeing. It's about experiencing the echoes of the past in the present moment.
Precisely. It's that unique blend of ancient history and modern vibrancy that makes Rome such a captivating destination.
It's like stepping into a time machine, but with amazing food and gelato at every corner.
Don't forget the charm of those cobblestone streets and hidden piazzas.
Oh, absolutely. There's a certain magic to simply wandering and getting lost in those charming neighborhoods.
Agreed. You never know what hidden treasures you might stumble upon.
So as we wrap up our Roman adventure, any final words of wisdom for our listeners before they book their flights and pack their bags?
Pack comfortably, embrace the art of getting lost, and most importantly, come prepared to fall in love with the eternal city.
Beautifully said. Thanks for joining us on this Roman escapade. We hope you feel inspired to experience the magic of Rome for yourselves.
Grazie mille for having me.
It really is incredible to think about how much history is packed into one city.
It really is, yeah.
It's one thing to read about ancient Rome in a history book, but to actually walk those same streets, see those ancient ruins firsthand,
Right.
that's an experience you just can't replicate.
You can't get that from a book, that's for sure. It's like stepping back in time, but with, modern comforts and incredible food at your fingertips.
Speaking of food, I think I need to book another trip just to try all the gelato flavors we talked about.
Right. Don't even get me started on the gelato.
And the Cacio e Pepe. Once you've tasted, like, true Roman cuisine, you'll understand why it's so renowned worldwide.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
And you know what else stood out to me? Those tips about embracing those early morning or late evening hours to avoid crowds. Simple, but it makes a world of difference.
Absolutely. And those skip-the-line tickets, while they might seem like an extra expense up front, they're worth every penny to avoid those long queues.
Think of it as an investment in actually experiencing more of what Rome has to offer.
Precisely. And those free museum days, what a fantastic way to soak up some culture without, breaking the bank.
It's true. Rome is a city that rewards those who venture off the beaten path.
That's very true. And speaking of hidden gems, that tip about the public drinking fountains, the Nosoni, that was a game changer for me.
Oh, yeah. It's such a simple thing, but those little details, they add up to create that authentic Roman experience.
Absolutely. And for those seeking a touch of luxury, we can't forget that magical rooftop setting at Terrazza Borromini.
Oh, the best. A
Yeah.
perfect way to unwind after a day of exploring with breathtaking views and the sounds of the city serenading you.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Uh,
So as our Roman adventure comes to an end, what final, words of wisdom would you offer our listeners?
pack your curiosity, embrace the art of getting lost, and most importantly, come prepared to fall in love with the eternal city.
Beautifully said. Thanks for joining us on this Roman escapade, and a huge thank you to our listeners for tuning in. We hope you feel inspired to experience the magic of Rome for yourselves.
Grazie mille. It was my pleasure.
Thanks for listening. For more travel tips and insights, follow us and stay tuned for upcoming episodes. See you next time.